Hello student. In today's session, we will discuss about the core-release acceleration. Okay. What is core-release acceleration? What are the importance of core-release acceleration, and why we need to study the core-release acceleration? We will discuss in this session. Okay. Before that, in our syllabus, there is only theoretical treatment for the core-release acceleration. Means there is no numerical asked on this topic. Okay. So, as discussed earlier, we have seen that if this is a link and there is a point A and B, okay, and if this link is rotating with some angular velocity omega, then there are two types of the acceleration present here, or there are two types of the acceleration which are related to these points. That is, one is tangential acceleration and another one is the normal acceleration. The tangential acceleration is perpendicular to the link and normal acceleration is along the direction of the link. But what is core-release acceleration and when it is present with the links? Okay, so take one example. Suppose this is a one link. Here is point A, okay, and this link is oscillate with angular velocity omega. This link is oscillate with angular velocity omega, and it has a one slider on it. It has a one slider on it, and we consider this is the point B. Okay, there is a one link which oscillates with angular velocity omega, and B is the one, there is one slider which is present on this link. Okay, now this link is moved through a small angle d theta. This link will move through the small angle d theta in time dt. At that time, the position of this slider will change, and this slider has some sliding velocity Vs. This slider has some sliding velocity Vs, and due to this angular velocity omega, when this link is moved from this position to this position, that is, if it is moved through angle d theta, the slider will change its position and it will occupy the new position here. It will occupy new position here. Okay. So at that time it will move. Suppose if we consider this is the final position E. This is the final position E. Okay. When slider is moved from point B to E, it will move in a three steps. That is, from B to C, from C to D, and from D to E. Let us consider the slider is at original position B and it will occupy the new position E. While moving from B to E, it will go in a three step. That is, from B to C, C to D, and D to E. The distance traveled by the slider from B to C is due to the tangential component of the acceleration. This is due to the tangential component of the acceleration. C to D. C to D is due to the normal component of acceleration, and from D to E it will reaches, from D to E it will reaches due to the core-release component of the acceleration. Core-release component of the acceleration. Okay. When slider moves from point B to E, it will cause due to the three types of the acceleration. This is due to the, means from B to C it is due to the tangential acceleration. From C to D it is due to the normal acceleration. From D to E it is due to the core-release component of the acceleration. means the correlates of component of acceleration will present when the link is moving, this link is rotating and the slider on which it also will move. If this point, this slider is fixed, if this slider means it is constant, or it will, if we make the slider in such that it will not move, then only tangential and normal component of acceleration is present. But when the slider is moved, there at that time the correlates component of acceleration will present in this case. Okay. So here what is the correlates component of acceleration? That is r d2e. R d2e is represent the correlates component of the acceleration, and here the r de is equal to r fe minus r fd. R de is equal to r fe minus r fd. Okay, and the r fe is equal to distance a to f into d theta. This r f to a is equal to d theta into a to f. Similarly, r f to d, if this r is equal to r b to c, that is equal to r b to c. Okay, therefore r d to e is equal to a to f into d theta, and r bc is equal to a to b into d theta minus a to b into d theta. If we take the d theta as common, af minus ab, AF minus AB, that is equal to FB. D theta is equal to FB, and FB is equal to CD. FB is equal to CD, that is equal to D theta is equal to RCD. Okay, and this R means this distance CD. The distance CD is equal to the displacement of due to the normal acceleration. CD is a displacement. So we have a formula that velocity is equal to ds by dt. Means ds is a displacement in time dt. So ds is equal to v into dt, means velocity into time t. So here this displacement CD is equal to the velocity of the sliding velocity of the slider, that is Vs into dt. So CD is equal to Vs into dt. Okay, and d theta, we have a formula that angular velocity is equal to d theta by dt. So d theta is equal to omega into dt. So we will put here omega into dt. Okay, so it is equal to Vs into omega into dt square, that is R dE. Okay, now we have a basic formula that linear velocity is equal to R into omega. We have a basic formula that is V is equal to R into omega. R into omega. We mark this, suppose this is equation 1. V is equal to R into omega. If we consider in this case, the omega is the angular velocity of the link, and the link is moving with the constant angular velocity, means here omega remain constant. Omega remain constant, and if we consider here, when slider is at a position B, the R means the distance, that is distance is AB. When slider is at a position B, then in this case R is equal to AB, and when slider is at position E, then R is equal to A to E. A to E means as the link is rotated, this R will goes on increasing, and if we consider this omega is constant, means V is also increasing. As R increases, V also increases because omega remain constant in this case. Okay. Now we have a basic formula of the acceleration. We have a basic formula for the displacement. The displacement, if we consider S is a displacement, and that is equal to 1/2 into at square. 1/2 into at square, where A is the acceleration and T is the time. Okay. Now, if we consider here, if this angle d theta is very small, if this angle d theta is very small, in this case, when this angle d theta is very small, in this case, this R d is also very small. When this angle d theta is very small, then this R distance, this d R d is also very small, and we can consider it as a straight line. Okay, straight line means DE is the distance. I will mark it. If d theta is very small, in this case, R DE is equal to length DE. R DE is equal to length DE, means we will consider it as a straight line. Okay, and if this is the straight line, means this DE is the distance or displacement. This DE is a distance, that is, if we put this DE is displacement in this equation, means S is equal to DE is equal to 1/2 A. Here A is the acceleration. If this DE is the distance, and this distance is due to this Coriolis component of the acceleration. The displacement of the slider from D to E is due to Coriolis component of the acceleration. So we will mark this as a ACC. That is, ACC means Coriolis component of the acceleration. If this DE is very small, then this time is also small, very small. Therefore, it is equal to dT in degree square. This is equation 2. So, from equation 1 and 2, sliding velocity into 1/2 into dt square is equal to 1/2 ACC into dt square. So dt will get cancelled, and ACC is equal to 2 into Vs into omega. Means the Coriolis component of the acceleration is equal to 2 into sliding velocity of the slider into angular velocity of that link. Okay, this is a formula to calculate the magnitude of the Coriolis component of the acceleration. Okay, what is the direction of the Coriolis component of the acceleration? What is the direction of the Coriolis component of the acceleration? Suppose we consider this is a link and it is moving in a clockwise direction with angular velocity omega, and this slider, suppose this is the slider and its velocity in this direction. Its velocity in this direction, and in this case the direction of Coriolis component of the acceleration is at 90 degree to the link, means acceleration is maybe in this direction or in this direction. But direction of Coriolis of component of acceleration is 90 degree to the link and in the direction of rotation of the link. This link is rotating in this direction, so Coriolis component of acceleration is in this direction, that is ACC. ACC, when the link is rotating in a clockwise direction and sliding velocity of the slider is outward, then direction of core-release component of acceleration is 90 degree to the link and in the direction of the rotation of the link. Suppose this link is rotating in this direction and this is the direction of Vs. In this case, the core-release component of the acceleration is in this direction, that is ACC. Okay. Now, if this link is rotating in this direction and this is the Vs, then core-release component of acceleration in this direction, that is ACC. And if this is the Vs and this is the angular velocity omega, then this is the ACC. In this way, we can find out the direction and magnitude of the core-release acceleration. Okay? What is core-release acceleration? When there is a one link and in link there is a slider is present, then in this case, if the link is rotating with the angular velocity omega and also slider is moved with the sliding velocity Vs, at that particular instant the core-release component of the acceleration is present and its magnitude can be calculated by using this formula, that is A angular core-release component of the acceleration is equal to 2 into Vs into omega. Okay, and its direction is decided. How is the direction decided? The direction of core-release component of the acceleration is equal to, it is 90 degree to the direction of the link and it is in the direction of rotation of the link. Means if this is a link, then its direction is perpendicular to the link and here it will be decided by the direction of omega. Means omega is clockwise, therefore ACC is in this direction. If omega is rotating in this direction, then ACC is in this direction. Okay. In this way, we can find out the core-release component of the acceleration, its magnitude and direction. Okay. Thank you.